My name is Anne, and I am 19 years old. I have a son, and I live with my parents, brothers, and sisters. We share a one-room shack in a township in South Africa. My father used to do odd jobs, but since the COVID-19 pandemic, he hasn't had any work. He ended up borrowing money from loan sharks and got into debt. With the lockdown, the entire family had to spend every day stuck together at home. In the first few months of the pandemic, my dad would get drunk and hit me, my mum, and sister.
We're at risk of losing a generation of girls and young women, and going back at least a decade on progress that we've made around gender equality. Girls are not going back to school, and we know that young women have lost jobs and not going back into the working environment, and also are the principal caregivers. So I think it's really dangerous.
This happened to me in the middle of my favorite Thai holiday, in the middle of the day with hundreds. Before I realized it, there were 5 of them surrounding me and putting their hands. Violence comes in many, many forms. Emotional violence, neglect as well. And so just looking back, yes, there's been multiple times where I've experienced it. I've had to put foundation on on my friends' legs to cover up the bruises before we did fashion shows. We're only talking to our girls. We're telling them to protect themselves. We're telling them to cover themselves up. Don't get into these situations where you're the only girl. We are not talking to our boys about, respect and consent and things like that.
It used to be really bad at home, but now that my dad is getting help, things are improving for the family. And I'm also getting help so I can continue with my studies.